If you love good old-fashioned mashed potatoes, then this is the perfect recipe for you. But mashed potatoes can be tricky, and the success is in the details. You only need 5 ingredients: potatoes, milk, butter, salt, and pepper. You'll also need a 3 to 4 quart flat bottom pan, a spatula, a potato masher, a whisk, and an electric mixer. After you've peeled your potatoes and you cut them in half lengthwise, your next step is to add about a tablespoon of salt to your cold water. And now we just want to put our potatoes into the pan. Cook your potatoes at a gentle boil for about 20 to 25 minutes until they're fork tender, and these are perfectly done. A little trick I learned in France: after you've drained your potatoes and rinsed them to remove the excess starch, return them to the pan and put them on very high heat for about 30 seconds. This is to dry out the potatoes. And you'll know when they're ready because you'll start seeing some steam coming up as the water starts to evaporate. Our potatoes are nicely dried from that little 30 seconds on the stove, and using my potato masher, not too vigorously, but enough to kind of break up the potatoes. Now I want to add my melted butter. And again, using a whisk or a potato masher, mix in the butter. Your next step is your seasoning, so you need to have tasted it. I just tasted this, and because we were so generous with our salt as we boiled it, the potatoes are nicely seasoned. So start with a scant teaspoon of salt. You can always add more. Add your pepper. You can use white pepper if you like, but I like the coarse black pepper. I'm going to add it all. And now it's time to start adding your warm milk, about 1/4 cup. Using my spatula, mixing it all up. And now it's time to go to the electric mixer. Remember, you don't want to over-mix your potatoes, and you're looking for the consistency that is appealing to you. So you need to taste it again for seasoning and for whether you need to add more milk or not. I just tasted, and the seasoning is perfect for me, but it needs a little more milk. I like my potatoes just a little fluffier. These are just beautiful and just the way I like them. They're light, they're fluffy, they're well seasoned. I'll add a little bit more butter to the top before I serve them, but these are perfect mashed potatoes. Now that you know the tricks to making delicious mashed potatoes, let's review. You start with a starchy potato. You start your potatoes in a pot of cold salted water. Boil gently until fork tender. Drain and rinse to remove the excess starch. Return the potatoes to the stove to dry out for 30 seconds. Start with a potato masher. Don't overwork the potatoes. Use warm milk and melted butter, and finish by using an electric mixer. Mashed potatoes are everyone's favorite.